Dan McDonald started out trying to sell steel roofing and built a machine to make it. But little did he know at the time the machines and not the roofing would become the focus of his business. Deis takes us inside metal roll forming systems in our latest edition of Made in the Northwest.
Since 1993, Metal Roll Forming Systems in Northeast Spokane has prided itself on being a one-stop shop for roll forming, serving customers who make things like
steel buildings, pole barns. We get into some of the residential side of things as well, but primarily pole buildings and more agricultural and commercial style buildings.
In a nutshell, MRS makes the equipment that makes metal roofing and siding.
We take the rolls of steel, we form the ribs, we cut it to length, and we build the machines that are then sold to the end user that would supply the metal roofing for your building.
That process starts with 4 to 6 truckloads of steel every week, much of that in round bar steel that's cut on these heavy-duty saws. The steel then goes to the fabrication shop where it gets welded before being sandblasted and powder coated. The smaller parts for the roll forming machines go to the die wing or the mill wing, where Bill Griffin says MRS's tooling capabilities are what sets it apart.
The tooling design, what we do there, the R&D and the design work is what's special to our industry.
MRS has a variety of lathes and mills that can profile a part to just about any specification. Then, in final assembly,
it gets put together, it gets tested, it gets checklisted, and then it gets packaged and shipped out to the customers.
MRS puts together all of the controls for the electrical components of its roll forming machines as well. In fact, the company takes great pride in doing everything in-house.
We do our own die design, we do our own electrical, we do our own programming, we do powder coating, any machining. Everything is done right here in this facility.
MRS strives to offer the best customer service it can because
when they buy a piece of equipment, that's the roll former, that's the heart of their company.
And MRS believes its growth over the years is because it continues to listen to its customers who are now asking for different features in its roll forming machines.
Different panel profiles, things to set them away from the competition. And in doing that, they're working with us to come up with these new profiles and differentiate themselves.
And that's how a one-stop shop stays successful for nearly a quarter century.
For Made in the Northwest, I'm Deis, 4 News Now.